Hello children. We are learning communicable diseases which are caused by pathogens. We divided the pathogen groups under viral infection, bacterial infection, infection caused by protozoans, then the infection caused by worms, and last is fungal infection. I have already completed the disease. It is not actually disease, an infection which usually found in human population in every seasonal change caused by rhinovirus is common cold. Contaminated water and food will carry Salmonella typhi, and person's immune system, if it is not properly defending, then the human suffer from typhoid. The disease pneumonia, which is caused by bacteria, Diplococcus or Streptococcus pneumonia or Haemophilus influenzae, which will infect the alveoli in the lungs. It causes the dissociation of hemoglobin from the oxygen. Oxygen scarcity develops and person suffer from pneumonia. Very difficult to diagnose this infection. Coming to protozoan disease caused by Plasmodium vivax is malaria, and the disease caused by the Entamoeba histolytica is amoebiasis. The malarial parasite Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium ovale, there are so many species who will cause the infection in human beings. It is a digenetic parasite. Means it requires two host bodies to complete its life cycle. The primary host to complete its sexual reproduction is the female Anopheles mosquito, and the secondary host where the parasite completes its asexual reproduction is human being. Let us study the entire life cycle of this digenetic parasite Plasmodium ovale. Before I begin, let me tell you the vector female Anopheles mosquito carrying the Plasmodium from infected person to healthy person was invented in India, in Madras, now we call Chennai, by Dr. Ronald Ross, who received Nobel Prize for this wonderful discovery. Let us begin the life cycle of malarial parasite. The female Anopheles mosquito is actually sucks the juice of the leaves of the grass or the nectar from the flower using the proboscis, a typical mouth part present in the mouth region. But when this female is pregnant, having the eggs, wants the nutrients to nourish the developing young ones. So, the pregnant female Anopheles mosquito will search the human body to suck a drop of blood. If this female Anopheles mosquito is sucking the blood from malarial patient who is already suffering from malaria, will receive the malarial parasite in the form of sporozoite. This malarial parasite in the form of sporozoite present in the salivary glands of female Anopheles mosquito. When this female Anopheles mosquito bites a healthy person, it introduces a malarial parasite in the bloodstream. So the infective stage of malarial parasite, which carry 1 mark weightage, is sporozoite. The vector carrying this parasite is female Anopheles mosquito. The secondary host is now human body. The malarial parasite in the form of sporozoite travels through the blood circulation and finds the metabolic factory in human body, it is liver. It resides in the liver for few days and then it starts damaging a Kupffer cell. Actually, Kupffer cell is phagocytic cell, but it will not recognize this parasite. It slowly enters through Kupffer cells in the hepatocyte, a liver cell. And in the hepatocyte, they undergo nuclear divisions. It is endomitosis. hundreds of merozoites. These are the products of asexual reproduction by multiple fission. They are released in the liver blood circulation. So these merozoites start traveling along with the blood flow, and when they comes in contact with the RBCs who are traveling along with the blood, some of the malarial parasite try to enter the RBCs. And once they enter the RBC, they get differentiated as gametocytes. They start enlarging within the RBC. The infected RBC, if you see, it has the cell membrane. The bigger space within the RBC is occupied by this malarial parasite. So, the cytoplasm appear like a small rim. This is signet ring stage, a diagnosis stage of malarial parasite in the blood samples. The RBCs with this malarial parasite become sticky. So when they start traveling through the blood circulation, they may adhere to the wall of the blood vessel and they may rupture. The ruptured RBCs are releasing the gametocytes. These are mature malarial parasites. And these ruptured RBCs releasing a toxin called hemozoin. And because of this hemozoin, this person starts shivering, a severe cold, a chills, followed by the irregular fever. And to control the fever, the person starts sweating. Over sweating causes chills. Continuous chills causes fever, and continuous fever causes sweating. Like this, the repetitive phases we observe during a daytime and the night time. These are the symptoms of malaria. In this stage, when the person is diagnosed, then the blood sample of the person may show signet ring stages of RBCs. It shows the person is suffering from malaria. This malarial patient, if comes in contact with again female Anopheles mosquito, when the female Anopheles mosquito sucks the blood, that blood meal carries the malarial parasite in the form of gametocytic stage. As these parasites goes in the stomach of the mosquito, most of them unable to survive. The most differentiated gametocytes slowly enters in the mucosal lining of the stomach wall and they try to survive. So here the gametocytes are differentiated into a bigger one, the female gamete, and the smaller one who appear like a motile cells. So we call them as sperms or the male gametocyte. So here in the mucosal wall of stomach, they undergo fusion. It is the sexual phase of malarial parasite. Soon after the formation of zygote, these zygotes undergo further developmental stages in the wall of stomach. And they start developing as trophozoites. Hundreds of trophozoites are formed in the stomach wall and they start proliferating, they start moving towards the salivary gland cells and they become the cyst, and this inactive stage is a sporozoite. Now when this female Anopheles mosquito again bites the healthy person, sporozoite enters the blood circulation of the human, goes to the liver and reproduce asexually, giving merozoites. This phase is known as schizogony. The liver cells are infected, producing gametocytes, and they get differentiated in the RBCs, and the RBCs which are infected, they start rupturing and releasing free mature gametocytes in the blood flow. At this stage, the person develops malarial symptoms, and the second phase in the life cycle of malarial parasite is known as gamogony. So sporogony, the journey of sporozoite to the liver. Gamogony, the journey of malarial parasite from the liver to the RBCs and releasing free in the bloodstream as a strong gametocytes, and then in the mosquito stomach further journey begins, which includes sexual phase. It is known as sporogony, where it enters in inactive state. Clear? So schizogony, gamogony, sporogony, these are the three phases including two host bodies, primary Anopheles mosquito and secondary human body. Thus, it completes its life cycle, hence it is digenetic parasite. Hope you followed this clearly. Thank you very much.